when the money go. You don't slap, that's facts. If the money low, I'm a grand round man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When the check missed the direct hit, I'm sad. Like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Opening minute, and already a trip to the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Onwua's got it, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now Bell. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it?
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. On 3rd down, Moss. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Allen off the bootleg. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And the Jets D, they call on a couple extra defensive backs on third. Here's Allen. He'll have a first down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Sherman. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 30.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end, you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. From the 24, Allen. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
A first down run for Bell, not going to get much, maybe a couple, and it's 2nd down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 25 yards that time.
57 Mike. Cross the pass. Cross the pass.
Throwing now is Allen, being chased out left. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
Nice little nifty play for them there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get everybody. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Avery Williamson. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
I got motion. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike, go.
Allen going to throw. Steps away to his left. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. That's caught by Brown for a Bills touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point put through by Succop, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Tackle made there by Matt Milano.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Darnold from the gun. Got an open man. It's a noon one. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Bell. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. A first down throw, Darnold. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Darnold completes it. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Mike 51. Go, go, go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best.
That's going to be caught by Crowder. It's a Jets touchdown. Jamison Crowder, his second touchdown on the season, and the Jets are going to retake the lead. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, Allen. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
He completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down. Allen now on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Now Allen. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Another try after the first down sack. Allen trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
After the interception, here's Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. To throw is Darnold. A screen to Bell. Pushing through the contact. And some room to maneuver. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Darnold now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when, and he told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
On second down now. It's Bell, and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And a fair catch taken here at the 5-yard line. Huh, interesting. Just 34 yards on the punt there. No return. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Ed Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. This is Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Darnold. It's caught by Bryant. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
A gain of 9. It's 4th down.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He connected on his first, this from 41. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. To throw, it's Allen. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He's going deep for Brown. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Oh, the return is Jones. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And this is hauled in by Matthews. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Darnold. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Shedding the tackle. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Go!
Darnold now to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Rosas' kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
From
the 27, Darnold. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11. At the 15-yard line.
Hey, Echo.
On 2nd and 11 now. Darnold caught here by Bell. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Here we go, G. It's just me and you.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Good. Ready?
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Rosas to add the extra point. And that will make this a 16-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just 1 big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means
that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Allen will try again on second down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Brian Poole. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Brings up third and 11.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Rashard Matthews, his second touchdown on the season as his guys continue to pour it on.
You know, in golf, they often talk about playing the course and not worrying about what the other players are doing, what their scores are. That's essentially what we're seeing from this offense. They're just having fun and doing what they feel like doing today.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because
and now here is another interception. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in it. That's being tested right here. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. Tackle made there by Jordan Poyer.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll go again with Bell. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Le'Veon Bell. Kiss him goodbye. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell, 77 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Rosas good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, one play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Let's get it together.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got a man, it's Brown. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Allen now looks to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
Jeez, I don't know. It has not been good. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. They'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Moss, and he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Bell. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Back to you.
Again, it's Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Don't get nervous.
Now Bell. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Ryan Quigley now. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the... end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches...
And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Allen to throw once more. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. He's going to let it fly. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down to the 19-yard line. It's a big run that time by Bell. 45 yards on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
The Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jets, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you're trying to go back.